Hey guys, a little late here, but I decided to put a wrap-up video together from 2018. I didn't get out as much as I would have liked to this year. Started out pretty good in the spring, but then kind of got really, really hot and rainy, so not much in the summer, and then the fall I got really busy. But I thought, I made some pretty cool finds. I guess I'll just get right to it here. I'll start with the relics. What you see on the board here, I got a really cool shoe buckle. This was from a really nice old property way up north, and excuse me, I thought for sure this would have been way better, but turns out on the property there was a electric dog fence underneath, so it was just killing any kind of signals I was getting, all kind of interference. You got your brains guide, some buckles. I think that's a watch winder there. A couple buttons here and there. Some neat stuff I thought I would keep. Some things came from the river, like that thing. I'm not sure what that is. It's pretty cool, though. Skeleton key, the only one I got this year, but that one came out in pretty good shape. Little buttons. Some Crotal bells. I think these two here are not as old. That one, maybe not as much. This one I like. This one came from a field with my buddy Bill from... We were up in a little bit north from where I'm at now. Nice shape. It's got a number 1 on it. But yeah, and then also this was a neat find. A flattened black powder. What do you call this thing? Jeez, I'm losing it. Anyhow, that was kind of neat to find. Look how thin it is. Pretty good shape, and this gave me a slamming signal about 8-10 inches down too. It was just laying flat just like this, so you could understand why the signal was so good. So that's it. We'll get on to the next set of relics. And here you see I found some pretty cool locks and lock plate covers. That one's kind of neat. I don't know how old any of these are. That one's obviously the oldest. This one here has a patent date on it, I believe, of 1892. And then, a couple newer ones here, but I actually found a couple neat locks this year, so I like to keep these. Of course, they give these a really slamming signal. But, alright, we'll move on to the next. Okay, and then we have some of the, I have fobs and some tags here. Dog tags. None of them are actually old this year. I didn't find any really old ones. Up in the left there, you see that 44. That's probably a cow tag, I'm assuming. Not sure what that thing is. I'm sure it's fairly new. It's a neat little fob. Some buckles. Not buckles, I'm sorry. Some fobs and dog tags. Yeah, that's it for those. And then I have my only tokens this year. We all know that those things give a killer signal. I found 5 this year. I think that's just a flattened penny. Those 4 presidential tokens I found in a spill. I'm not sure what the age on them. And a couple good luck tokens. That 250 there is probably a dog tag as well. I always wanted a trade token. I believe I found one here. It says Wall Brothers, Pittston, Pennsylvania. Good for 10 cents in trade. It's aluminum. Found it along the river, and of course, it got eaten up. But that's it. I think we're moving on to the coins next. Here we have 211 wheat cents. Down from last year, of course. Again, when you don't get out as much, you don't get as much wheat pennies. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy with those results. 211. Nothing extravagant as far as dates, all common. Nothing rare, nothing valuable. But always fun to get. Alright, moving on. So here you see my Indians. I have, looks like 21. Nothing, again, no real valuable ones. Just fun to find, like always. This is down a little bit too. Of course, all my numbers are down a little bit from last year, but I had way more time last year. But again, I'm happy with 21 Indian heads in a year. That's pretty good. No fatties, just all you know, 1870s through like 1908, 1909. Some really old properties I hunted this year I thought would have produced some more of these, but that's okay. I'll take what I got. All right, we're moving on. Here's my nickels for the year. I got 12 buffaloes. Nothing, again, too crazy. That one you see is all shiny because I played around with a polisher on it, just seeing if it would come cleaner. And 2 V-nickels, 1907, I think 1894 on the other one. I can't tell, it's pretty chunky. It's a pretty good year for old nickels, 14 of them. Not including some war nickels, which I'll show here in a little bit, but that's a pretty good year for those. Alright, we'll move on. Okay, here's the coppers for the year. Well, I guess they're not really considered coppers. Large cents. I did get a Canadian large cent, which was on my bucket list. That one here, this one I'm pretty sure it's a half cent, but it's pretty chunky. 4 large cents. Dates are kind of beat on them. This one here I got by the river. Very surprising find. And of course, I did get another 2 cent this year from my cornfield. They're always fun to find. Pretty good condition, 1864. It's my third 1864 from that field. I will say I did bring a buddy to that cornfield, and finally a silver was taken from there. American silver. My other friend Bill got a half real there about 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember exactly how long ago. And then this year, my buddy Angelo I brought up, he finds I think it was 1845 half dime. I was very surprised at that, in beautiful condition too, in an area that I've pounded. But you know, it just shows you don't get the coil over it, you don't find it. And I was happy for him to find it. So, all right, the last one's coming up here is all the silver coins and silver jewelry / relics. And here's the common silver for this year. 5 barber dimes. This is the first year I didn't get a seeded dime in a while, but that's okay. 2 war nickels, a 32 Washington quarter. I think there's 15 or 16 mercs there, and 8 rosies. Probably my favorite merc of the year is that black one right there. I really like how the water gives it that black patina. Over here you'll see I have 5 silver rings, and that silver pendant over there to the right, and 2 chunks of silver something. The left there is probably like a brush handle, and I think the one on the right is the bottom to a cane or a cane topper. So they were pretty neat to find. This ring though, this ring was a really nice ring. I was very happy with that. Got this at an old swimming pool close by that closed down. And then had a pretty good year. This year I said I wanted to get a barber quarter. I've never dug a barber quarter. So there's the first one I got this year. Got it early in the spring. It was cold, I remember. Ended up getting that at a property, a big farm. Got a bunch of wheat pennies at the same place. Got one SLQ this year in 1920. A really neat 1914 3-pence coin. Haven't dug one of those before. Then I go to the river and I find this nasty beat up barber quarter. I ended up polishing it and making it black again with used bleach to get some of the dark color again, because it was so badly corroded and pitted from the river. It was orange, it was black, you couldn't even tell what the heck it was. It's beat, but hey, what the heck, I wanted one, I got 2. Another surprise find, I was out with Angelo. Got this 1804 1 real. Pretty darn good shape too. This was underneath a tree. So I was happy to get that Spanish. That was real nice day that day. It was cold again. Early on in the year we got it. Ended up getting 2 rosies at that house and a couple of wheats as well. May have to go back once the ground thaws. We never got back. And finished out the year in October, actually. Ended up getting this real nice 1855 seeded quarter at the house I started my year out. Got my first permission at the house where I scored this Standing Liberty, and I got a bunch of other silvers that day. I ended up with a 6 silver day. I went back to end the year. I got real busy in October, but that's where I ended in October and got this at the same place, along with a couple Indians, I believe, and some other wheats. But so that's it. That's my year. That's 2018. I'm happy with the results. I'm hoping 2019's a little better, but anybody who's a door knocker knows that it gets harder and harder the more people who get in the hobby. But I got some permissions lined up already. A farmhouse I've been looking at forever that my wife's friend bought, and of course I got free reign to that. So we'll see. Hopefully 2019 is just as good, if not better, as 2018. I'll be happy with that. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you coming up. No, I almost forgot. This actually is not from 2018. It's from my first hunt of 2019. I was at a friend's house looking for property pins for him, and while I was at it, figured I'd detect the yard a little bit. Ended up finding the first one of these I found in a while. I couldn't believe that. 1943 Walker, no mint mark. Gave a slamming signal, so that's a heck of a first silver for 2019. But the real surprise was this here. This is an 1818 to 1835 United States Militia belt buckle. I have no idea what it was doing in the place I found it at. It's a 1930s coal miner home, but I got it confirmed from a couple friends. That's where its age is, 1818 to 1835. So yeah, that's probably one of my best, if not the best finds I've ever had. In a very strange place, but hey, I don't care, I'll take it. Okay, even though it's 2019, I figured I'd throw it in anyway, since I didn't make a video of that hunt. Alright,